Hey, you! Ronald! I've just got one thing to say to you. You're fired!
Huh? What's happening? Oh, good morning, Mr. Potter, sir. What's with this all of a sudden? I don't understand what's going on, sir.
There was a huge mistake done in the Woods Company project, and it's your fault. I've already checked this out with the department manager, Mr. Gray, and something needs to be done about it. I'm taking care of the matter, as you're the one who's responsible for this mess. From today, you're not to come into the office. You've been officially fired.
Why are you firing me for? What did I do? Okay, but even though you've said that a couple of times already, I don't quite understand why this is happening. Can I explain what happened so that I can understand your decision as to why you're doing this?
I don't want to hear any of your excuses, Ronald. I'll send all the stuff that you've left on your desk later in the day. There's no need for you to pick it up. You're not to come here again.
Please don't do anything to the personal belongings on my desk. Not until I know what's going on.
Oh, so you want to play hardball, huh? You know I can play that game too. Let's just throw all your things into the garbage, shall we? Don't even think about coming by this office ever again. You've been forbidden to enter the building. Nobody wants to see your face around here again.
But sir, I don't understand why this decision has been made. But fine, I won't step a foot in the office again. I'll do as you say, sir. Hey, Melissa, look, something bad has happened and I really need to talk to you about it. Have you got some time right now to talk? I could really use your advice right now.
Ronald, are you okay? What's going on? Did something happen?
Yeah, it's not good. I've got no idea what I did. I just got a message from Mr. Potter. It was during the day and I was minding my own business, and then this. He told me that the company just suddenly decided to fire me, so he told me he was dealing with my firing.
Excuse me? What the heck? Are you saying you just got fired? Why are you even being fired in the first place? Like why now? At this time of day?
Well, if I say it how it exactly happened, it went like this. I got a message from Mr. Potter, my manager. He said that there was a mistake in the Woods Company project. He then said that he had just checked it over with Mr. Gray, and that it fell on my shoulders, and that it was all my fault, and that I'm not to come back to the office. That's the conversation I had with Mr. Potter. I have absolutely no idea what's going on.
Okay now, just hang on a second. But isn't Mr. Gray the one who makes all these decisions, not Mr. Potter? I don't understand why Mr. Gray isn't the one talking to you about what happened.
I'm curious about that too. That's why I wanted to message you about it to see what you thought. Unless if he wanted Mr. Potter to deal with this situation, it really should be Mr. Gray who reported to me about it, not a person below him. I don't get it. I guess he's your father and all, so I thought he would deal with it.
I have no idea, Ronald. No matter what way you think about it, he can't just possibly fire you without probable cause. Or at least explain himself.
I was actually planning to call Mr. Gray to talk about it to him directly. But he seemed to have turned off his phone, so the call isn't going through.
Apparently, last night he slept a lot for the first time in a long time because he said he'd turn off his phone. Well, surely he's awake right now, but I wonder if his phone is still turned off and he's forgotten to turn it back on.
Oh, is that what you think has happened? You might be onto something there.
Yeah, just hang on a minute there, Ronald. I'll listen to what he has to say on the matter. Just give me a few minutes and I'll come back.
I'm sorry about all of this, Melissa, but thank you for your help so far. I really appreciate it.
Hey, Ronald, I am sorry to have kept you waiting. I hope I wasn't away for long.
You're fine. It's only been about 10 minutes. So were you able to get anything out of him? What happened?
So, he told me that he has no recollection of any interaction with Mr. Potter regarding the Woods Company project. He said that he wouldn't let anyone do something like that while he's in his current position. It's something he wouldn't do in the first place. He would have come to you if there were any issues.
Is that right? That makes sense. I just don't understand what Mr. Potter's doing by messaging me that I'm fired.
Yeah, so that's what my father has to say about that. He seems very confused by the situation as well. Ronald, are you able to come by the house right now?
Right now? What for? What else have I done wrong?
Nothing, but I think maybe it's to discuss what's going on with Mr. Potter. I don't think it's something my father wants to talk about over a message. He said that if we could, we should discuss things face to face and talk over dinner. Also, he said the president of the company will be attending as well.
I'm sorry, what? Even the president of the company? This has got to be something really bad, right? If he's gotten involved. But would it be okay for my sudden interruption, though? I don't want to disturb if they're discussing important work-related matters.
Don't worry about that. But if you're worried about the food situation, it's okay, as I was originally planning on having food delivered today. So feel free to come over if you'd like. I'll see you later, okay? But it sounds like my father wants to eat and have a drink with his future son, Ronald. So you can chill and talk to my father. I'm sure he'll listen to you.
Oh, really? I can't actually believe that. But yes, I'll see you in a bit for dinner. It'll be nice to have a drink with your father. If that's what you want me to do, I'll come over and bother your family.
Of course. We want you to be here. Take care getting over here. I'll see you soon.
Hey, Ronald, I need your attention right now. Where are tomorrow's meeting materials that were supposed to be on your desk? I swear they were put down here. Without the materials, the meeting can't go ahead. This is urgent. Hurry up and tell me where they are. Just because you don't work here anymore doesn't mean you can just ignore my messages.
Hey, Melissa. I wanted to thank you so much for your advice and support yesterday. I really appreciate it. I'm really glad I was able to talk to your father and the president of the company.
No, thank you for coming over and talking with him. They very much enjoyed your company.
Even so, thank you for inviting me. I never expected something like this to happen behind all the office crap that goes on.
Right, yeah. I'm quite surprised by how they interact as well. It's much more chill than an office building.
Yeah, they're very concerned about the situation, though. If that's the case, I'll wait and see about what Mr. Potter does. I'll try not to react to anything he's doing until the situation changes. For the meantime, none of it matters to me right now.
Exactly! That's a good way to put it. You don't need to worry about what Mr. Potter does until the situation unfolds.
Yeah, I know it's a little early, but I'm going to take a shower and go to bed. This whole thing has been quite exhausting. Tell your father I said hello, and thank you for talking things out with me the other night.
Fair enough. I would too in your situation. Of course I'll tell him you said that. Good night. I hope you have a good night's sleep.
Thank you, Melissa. Sweet dreams to you.
Okay. Ronald, I'm sick of not getting a reply out of you. The materials that I asked for yesterday weren't completed. Now I've got to go to the Woods Company and tell them how sorry we are that everything has fallen behind. It's all your fault, Ronald. What are you thinking messing around like this? Ronald, answer me, man. What does it mean that you've been absent without as much as a peep out of you since yesterday, huh? You're gonna be in some deep trouble if you're not careful.
Day 3.
Ronald, this is the third time I'm contacting you and you've not answered me. Aren't you coming in today? You can't just be absent without letting anyone know about it, right? That's what I'm going to ask. The proposal I told you to make for Jones Company. What's going on with that? I can't get into your work laptop because I haven't got a clue what the password is. So what is it? Seriously, man. What are you planning on doing about all of this?
Hey, Ronald. How have you been since all the crap went down about your work? Have there been any more developments on that? Has Mr. Potter gotten back to you with anything? What has he been saying?
Hi. Oh, yes, he's been saying quite a bit. He's been sending so many messages every day over the past few days. And that same person just turned around and said that I'm absent without getting permission. I don't understand. He's the one that said I'm fired the other day.
Come to think of it, he said Mr. Potter sent a message saying that to you the other day. I might as well tell you. Mr. Potter has a really bad drinking habit.
Huh? What are you talking about? Are you saying he's an alcoholic?
Well, you know how if you drink too much alcohol, your memory starts to get worse over time, right?
Yes, I guess I've been told that before. A colleague who's accompanied me on a night out once said something like that can happen. It was a Saturday that I received his message about getting fired, so I thought he might have been working on his day off or something. He got all worked up about the Woods Company project I was working on and how I made some sort of mistake. Then he told me I was fired. But he must have still been drunk, and now he can't remember that he actually said that and thinks I'm not showing up for work. Oh my god, it's all falling into place now.
Yeah, my father has had it with Mr. Potter in that he can't handle his nonsense.
I guess if I were to look back through my message history, I can see when he was drunk or not. Maybe it's just something I didn't notice?
I suppose so. Even though he's in the same generation as my father, he still remains only a manager. You'd think he'd be in a higher job position by now.
Really? I suppose his drinking problem's holding him back and creating so many problems.
Ronald, this is getting beyond a joke. Reply to your messages, man. What's the password for your work laptop? The department manager just asked me for the progress on another company's proposal. And it's stuck on your laptop. Hurry up and tell me the password. This is urgent. I'm sick of you no replying. Get to work on time and get on with the projects. Stop being so irresponsible. Hey, you! Ronald! Stop ignoring your supervisor. There's another company that's needing their proposal looked over. What the heck do you think you're doing by not replying and not showing up to work? You're going to regret ignoring me. All the companies that work for us instructed you to do everything for them. Even though I'm the one who submitted it under my name instead of yours, this is going to go very bad if things continue like this. Ronald, answer me. What's wrong with you, boy? Hey, Ronald, for goodness sake, I'm here to tell you that the General Affairs Department are going to take away your work laptop tomorrow. All the documents I had to do for all these companies are also on your laptop. This is ridiculous. It's like talking to a wall. Oh yes. Isn't there also data on there that deals with the internal stuff at work? If I don't do something about it, it's going to be all my fault, even though it's all your work I'm trying to get. Hurry up and tell me the password. I'm begging you to tell me. Ronald, you've not replied to a single message for a whole week. Cut the crap and reply to me right now. I'm not going to stop sending you messages until you've replied to me. My performance rating will go down if you don't show up to work. I'll come over to your house and drag you here if I must do that so I don't lose my job.
Good morning, Mr. Potter. It's quite early to be messaging me now, isn't it?
Excuse me? What do you mean by that? It's a normal time for people to be awake. You're finally replying to me now, huh? What took you so long? Don't you realize how many days you've missed? Why aren't you showing up? You're making me so furious to the point that I'm gonna pop so many blood vessels. And our department manager as well.
Even so, all the companies you were mentioning, when you think about it, you were forcing me to do a lot of the work, weren't you?
What the heck are you talking about, boy? It's normal for the boss to assign the work to his workers, isn't it? That's how it works here. You weren't absent from work without anybody's permission, and you were slacking off. I was the one that had to finish the work for you, so I sent the proposals to the companies that were requesting them. You need to get to work right now. If you get to work in the next 30 minutes, then I won't fire you and I'll forgive you for not showing up. That's what Mr. Gray has been saying to me as well.
Oh, is that so, Mr. Potter? Don't you remember saying to me that I'm fired and that I don't need to come into the office anymore?
I never said that to you. Why would I say that to you? What are you talking about, man?
Maybe it's because you were so drunk at the time you were messaging that to me and you were just saying what your heart desired?
I haven't got a clue what you're on about. I don't remember that at all. What are you saying?
Well, it's too late to take it all back now. I would go back and check your chat history if I were you. That might jog your memory. Actually, you might want to go back even before that conversation was had. You do realize that Mr. Gray and I quit our jobs on the same day over 10 days ago, right?
Huh? What's that supposed to mean? You both quit your jobs? And you didn't say anything to me about it? Not just who you quit, but Mr. Gray as well? No way! That can't be true!
The general manager decided to start his own business, and he wanted us to join him in starting a new company. So we ended up quitting our jobs together. I assume you didn't notice that happening?
I thought he was just going on a business trip and then he'd be back soon to do his duties.
There was an announcement almost a month ago through the internal chats and through the department's morning meeting. After talking it through with Mr. Gray, he gave all my portfolios that I had for all the other companies we worked for to another colleague. Honestly, it would be an unreasonable thing to say to someone to get back to work now when I chose to quit my job now, wouldn't it, Mr. Potter? I wouldn't have been so bothered about it if I hadn't quit my job, but I have, and now I'm an outsider discussing confidential information with an ex-coworker of mine. That's not the best look, Mr. Potter.
But it's only because you never replied to me and it took you so long to do so. Why?
Yes, it did. I thought that you would notice eventually what's going on, but another employee had to make it more obvious to you. I couldn't bear to be so persistent, so I sent a reply like this to get back at you for the way you've been treating me.
This can't be happening right now. Are you serious? Okay, you need to tell me who each case was assigned to right now. I'm supposed to be the creator, so I'd be in big trouble if someone submitted documents without my permission or not checking them with me first.
Huh? I haven't got a clue what you're talking about, Mr. Potter. What do you mean? Isn't it no longer necessary for you to be the creator of those documents, Mr. Potter?
Huh? What do you mean by that? Why not? I don't get it. What's going on here?
Didn't anyone tell you that the company is filing for bankruptcy?
Are you kidding me? Bankruptcy? Is this a joke?
It's no joke, sir. I received a message from a former colleague saying that they had talked about it in this morning's meeting. I never thought something like this would happen to the company, so I thought the best idea was to quit before things got worse. I suppose you haven't got to work yet, so you don't know the details?
I'm on my way to work right now.
Oh, is that so? Well, I guess you didn't get over your habit of being late to work then?
Now, just rewind back a little bit. I don't get why the company's filing for bankruptcy. Does that mean that I'm unemployed from today onwards until I get another job?
Well, I guess so. If you're fine with that, I guess you've got no choice but to be employed now.
But what am I supposed to do now? I've been at this company for so long already. This has got to be the worst thing to happen to me. How am I supposed to get a job after all this happening?
I don't know. You've got to figure it out. I'm going to leave you to it. Please excuse me. After this, Mr. Potter apparently went home instead of going to work. Of course, it seems that an explanation of what happened was given in some form at a later date. There was talking about arranging a new job. Mr. Potter was so drunk that he didn't listen to everything. By the way, he's single, in his 50s, his parents have passed away, he has no siblings or family, so unfortunately not a lot going for him. He started drinking alcohol all day long thinking about what he should do with his life. One day, he was rushed to the hospital due to acute alcohol poisoning. But there was no one to take care of him, feed him, shelter him, so he didn't recover very well. The other day, he was released from the hospital and into a specialized facility. I do feel quite sorry for the guy, but I just wish he would have nothing to do with me ever again.
Hi, Lauro. I'm done with work and I'm on my way home. What are you making for dinner today?
Hi, Pia. Thanks for your hard work today. I think I'll try and make a quiche today.
What? A quiche. That's the thing with a lot of vegetables, right?
Oh, yeah, it is, I guess. You said yourself that you wanted something that looked fancy and would look good on your Instagram page, so I decided on making a quiche.
Yeah, but do quiches even look that good?
Yeah, I think it does. I don't know about Instagram and stuff, but I think it'll look good if you take a picture of it or something.
Yeah. I guess it's good if it will look good on Instagram, but... Yeah, no, I've made up my mind. I think I'm going to stop living with you now.
Huh? What are you suddenly saying, Pia? But it's only been 3 months since we've started living together.
Yeah, but... I know you're good at cooking and can make food that looks as good as it tastes, and thanks to that, I've been able to get a lot of likes on Instagram, so you were very valuable to me, but...
What? What do you mean I was very valuable?
You know that I don't like vegetables that much, right?
I know. That's why I cut the vegetables that I put into the quiche very thinly, and made sure that the bacon and egg that I know you like stands out.
You think about nutrition too much, Lauro. That's all you think about, whether the food you make is healthy or not. This outweighs the fact that your food looks good on Instagram.
Actually, I make sure the food tasted good and looks good as well. And I don't get why you're getting mad. You said yourself that you wanted to have a better diet, so I always try to make food that I know you'll eat and looks good as well.
I wanted you to make me dishes without any vegetables. That's what I meant when I said I wanted a better diet.
What? So you're just not going to eat vegetables anymore? Besides, I don't think there are any dishes that don't use at least some sort of vegetable. What you're saying is impossible, Pia.
It's not. How hard is it to just not put vegetables in your dishes? Well, I guess it doesn't matter anymore, though. You failed me as my boyfriend/personal chef.
I was your personal chef?
Yes. That's why I made you move in with me in the first place. I'll go and eat out somewhere tonight, so could you just leave already? We're breaking up, so goodbye.
Hey, Laura, it's been a while. You don't have any work today, right? Why don't we go out drinking tonight? There's something important I want to ask an old friend advice for. You know me better than anyone else, after all. Hey, Adamo. Long time no see. Are you free tonight? Well, I guess I'm free. But sorry, I'm in a bit of a pinch right now, and I'm really in no position to be giving people advice. What's wrong? I don't have anywhere to live anymore. Huh? Why in the world did that happen? Did you lose your job and run out of money or something? No, it's not like that. You see, I started living with my girlfriend Pia 3 months ago, since it seemed she really wanted me to move in with her. Oh, the girl that you've been dating for a year now, right? You moved in with her? Yep. But she kicked me out last night, apparently. She only wanted me to move in with her in the first place so I could be her personal chef. Huh? She kicked you out? What in the world did you do to make her that mad? And what do you mean she only wanted you to move in with her so you could be your personal chef? I'm not the one at fault here. Probably. She's just crazy, alright? It took me way too long to realize that. What do you mean, probably? You see, it seemed like Pia had very high expectations for my cooking. And she said that she wanted to improve her diet now that I was living with her. That's why I thought I needed to do something about how she hates vegetables so much. I see. Which is why I made sure that all the food I made had a balance of nutrients. I tried cutting the vegetables thinly and mixing it in the food so that it wouldn't stand out, and made sure the food looked good in general. I tried this and that, but yesterday she told me that she wanted to improve her diet without eating any vegetables, which, as you know, is impossible. Huh? Is this girlfriend of yours nuts or something? What do you mean she wants to improve her diet without using vegetables? Yeah, but Apparently, by improve her diet, she didn't mean she wanted to eat healthier, just as she wanted to eat food that looked and tasted good. She got mad when I told her that I was making a quiche with vegetables in it, which is when she kicked me out yesterday. Huh? She kicked you out for putting vegetables in a quiche? Aren't those supposed to be full of vegetables? This girl of yours is spewing nonsense. Right? I tried telling her that, but she wouldn't listen to me and kicked me out, saying that I was a failure of a personal chef. Last night I temporarily moved my stuff into a trunk room and slept in an internet cafe, but I really need to find somewhere to live soon. Why don't you live with me then? In fact, that's just what I wanted to talk to you about tonight. What? Your house? That's a really kind offer, but it's a bit too far from my office. Don't worry about it. Huh? What do you mean by that? You see, I actually moved near where you live, or where you used to live, I guess. Really? Yep. I thought it was about time to move out of the tiny apartment I've been living in since university. You'll probably be able to reach your office in 20 minutes from where I live. Where is it, by the way? It's the high-rise condo near A Station. A high-rise condo? Since when do you earn enough money to live in a high-rise condo? I don't. The room I got is on the lowest floor as well, so it's not that expensive in the first place. You see, I thought about living in one of the higher floors, but my sister Gina lives near here and will probably come visit me from time to time. Oh, that's right. Your sister is afraid of heights, right? Yeah. So, what do you think? Want to move in with me? What exactly do you mean when you say I'm going to move in with you? I meant, do you want to share a room with me in this high-rise condo? Do you want to share a room with me? To tell you the truth, I was planning on sharing the room with my cousin at first, but this cousin of mine suddenly had to go on a business trip abroad before he was able to move in, so I thought I could share it with you instead. Oh, I see. Well, what are we going to do about rent? We'll be splitting the rent, of course, but it's still going to be cheaper than your rent when you used to live on your own, so I don't think it's a bad deal. This is a very generous offer, I guess. If you want, you can come live here and see what it's like before you decide whether you're going to move in with me or not. At least you'll have a place to stay before you decide where you're going to live, right? Yeah, that'd be really helpful. Thanks. I think I'll take you up on your offer. Tell me if there's anything that I can help with, alright?
Hey, Lauro. Why are you going in and out of a high-rise condo? I saw you this morning while I was on my way to work from A Station. By the looks of it, you're obviously living there now. What is the meaning of this? It's only been 1 month since we broke up, and now you're suddenly living in a high-rise condo? Since when did you earn enough money to live in a place like that? What in the world happened after you moved out? Reply to my text, Lauro.
Thanks for making me a lunchbox again, Laurel. It was delicious as usual. My colleagues thought I got married and my wife was making these. You're welcome, Adamo. I'm glad you liked it. Especially the boiled bell pepper seasoned with soy sauce. The soup stock went so well with the vegetables. To tell you the truth, I've hated bell peppers ever since I was a child, but this was delicious. Yep. I know you love soup stock, so I thought you'd be able to eat the bell peppers if I cooked them in it. Was I correct? Yep, right on the mark. Seriously? Sharing a room with you was a great decision. You're so good at cooking, Laurel. Sorry. You have to make my sister's lunchbox as well now, though. Don't worry about it. Your sister Gina always looked like she loves the food I make, so it made me happy looking at her. What exactly do you mean by that? What? Are you attracted to my sister or something? Huh? No, that's not what I meant. Is that so? To tell you the truth, sharing a room with you has been great for me as well. I hate cleaning. So I'm so glad that you do all that stuff for me, Adamo. You're welcome, I guess. Consider it my way of repaying you for your delicious food that you make. Tonight I'm planning on making the stew with asparagus and chicken that you like. Oh, nice. Alright, now I feel a lot more energized. Yep, let's do our best with our remaining work this afternoon. Yep, I'm not going to do overtime no matter what today. Lauro, what's this dish with the sweet carrots you put in my lunchbox today called? It's called carrot glaze. You know, the one that you see a lot with hamburgers or steaks. Oh, that stuff. It was so delicious. Could you teach me how to make it? It looks simple to make, unlike what you usually put in my lunchbox, so I could probably make it as well. Sure, of course. Alright, I'll buy the carrots on my way home from work then. Why don't we make those for dinner? Got it. Lauro, do you have some time right now? There's something you need to see. What's the matter? Are you still looking at your ex-girlfriend's Instagram page? No, actually I never did. I couldn't be bothered with all that Instagram stuff. Seriously? What about Pia's Instagram page? Did she cause trouble or something? Yup. I found out about it through Twitter, but apparently people are bashing her. Wait, what? Why? You should see it yourself. I don't want to spoil the fun. 2 months ago, you got a text from your ex-girlfriend asking why you were now living in a high-rise condo, right? Oh, yeah, I did. I didn't reply, though. It looks like she's desperate to get back with you. So you're definitely going to get involved in this, especially since everyone is bashing her on Instagram. I think you should take a look at what she's doing quick. Alright, got it.
Hi, Lauro. Long time no see. Hey, why don't we start living together again? You see, I've thought a lot about it since you left, and I came to the conclusion that I need a boyfriend like you that's good at cooking. It'd be even better if said boyfriend lived in a high-rise condo. And the first person that came to mind was you. You're living in a high-rise condo now, right? I have no idea how you suddenly started earning so much money, but you're incredible. As a reward for your hard work, I'll move in with you again. I'm sure the view from one of the higher floors of a high-rise condo is breathtaking. You can probably see the whole city, right? So, what do you say? Let's get back together, shall we?
Long time no see, Pia.
Hi, Lauro.
It seems you have quite a few misunderstandings, so I'll correct you first. I live in one of the lower floors, so the view is the same of that of a regular apartment.
What? But I thought you were making a lot of money now, and that you lived in one of the highest floors. Don't you want to get back together with me?
No, I don't want to get back together with you, Pia. Now that I've had time to think, I don't know why I put up with you for 3 months in the first place, since you clearly only saw me as your personal chef. Besides, I'm sharing a room with an old friend of mine now, so you can't move in with us.
Huh? That's not true, Lauro. I said you were my boyfriend / personal chef, not just my personal chef. There's a difference. And what do you mean you're sharing a room with a friend of yours now?
The day after you kicked me out of your apartment, he suggested that I move in with him at the high-rise condo he rented. He said he was initially planning on sharing a room with his cousin, but since his cousin suddenly had to go abroad, he invited me to share a room with him instead. It was really good timing, actually. We're splitting the rent between the two of us.
Seriously? Alright, then just kick this old friend of yours out then. That way I can move in with you, right?
That's impossible.
Why?
He's the one who invited me, not the other way around. It's my friend who owns the room in this high-rise condo.
What?
If we're going to cancel the room sharing, then I'm the one who'll have to leave, not him.
No way. But that's going to be a problem for me.
Oh, are you talking about how everyone's bashing you on Instagram?
Huh? But I thought you didn't look at my Instagram.
Apparently you were terrible at cooking all along. You used to post pictures of my cooking claiming it was yours, right? But ever since you kicked me out, you've been posting pictures of salads you bought from the supermarket that you just put on plates, haven't you? Your followers noticed this and now they're bashing you for being a faker. And instead of trying to calm everyone down, you got mad at them in return and only added more fuel to the fire.
You saw all that?
Yeah. I usually don't even use Instagram, but the friend of mine who I live with told me about it after finding out what happened through Twitter.
What? It spread to even Twitter? Now everyone's going to know.
Yeah. Eventually they figured out where you live, and now you can't live in your current apartment, right? You remember that I was living in a high-rise condo now, and so you came up with the plan of moving in with me and posting the food that I make on your Instagram again, claiming that you made it. And if you got back together with me, not only would things go back to the way they were, you could now also be able to live in a high-rise condo. That was what you were thinking, right?
Seriously? How do you know all that? Fine. It's alright if we don't live in a high-rise condo. Just start living with me again. You see, I already canceled the contract at my previous apartment because I thought I would be able to move in with you at your high-rise condo, so I have nowhere to live.
Huh? You canceled your contract at your apartment even though you didn't know how I would reply?
I canceled it because I thought you would be thrilled to live with me again. Come on, you'll let me live with you again, won't you?
No thanks. I'm done with you bossing me around, Pia.
What? But I'm giving you the chance to get back together with me. We could go back to the good old days. Remember how happy we were back then?
You were the only one enjoying our time together, Pia. I realize that now.
Huh? Why are you saying that? You're saying that you didn't enjoy our time together?
I did at first, but slowly living with you turned into a nightmare. You see, I finally noticed what was wrong with our time together once I moved in with my friend. Not only did you never pay for the ingredients that I used, but you never even said thank you to me for making your food. You treated me like some sort of servant, Pia.
What? That's not true. I never thought of you as my servant. And isn't it only natural for the person who's going to make the food buy the ingredients themselves?
Actually, it really isn't. Especially when you were the one who always asked to make food for you. You see, my friend that I live with here always thanks me for making him food, and looks so moved that I sometimes think he's exaggerating. It really makes me feel like there's a meaning to what I'm doing. Not only that, but he doesn't make me do all of the housework, unlike you. My life right now living with him is so much better than my life living with you.
Fine, I get it. I just have to thank you, right? That's so easy. Thank you for always cooking for me while we were together, Loro. There, I did it. Oh, and I don't have any complaints about your cooking except for the fact that you used vegetables.
I already told you, I have no intention of getting back together with you. Besides, you're clearly just saying that so I would agree to living with you again. It's obvious you don't actually mean it.
Huh? Of course I mean it. Why don't you want to live with me again? I already made so many compromises.
Sorry, but I started going out with my friend's sister.
What? You found a new girlfriend already?
Yes, I already have a girlfriend, so getting back together with you or living with you again is both impossible.
What? No way. Then where am I supposed to live, huh? You see, my parents cut ties with me after this incident, and I have no one I can rely on anymore. You can't just leave me, Loro. This is your fault.
I don't see how this is my fault. And it's not my problem whether you have nowhere to live anymore. You yourself kicked me out of your apartment knowing I had nowhere else to live, right? You get what you deserve, Pia.
Please, do something about this, Loro. You're the only person I can rely on.
No. Don't contact me ever again. I'm blocking you now. Goodbye. I found out what happened to Pia after that through her Instagram page, which was still a battleground. Pia had nowhere to live now she left her apartment, but for some reason decided to stay in a 5-star hotel. But 2 days later, people on the internet found out again that she was staying there. Apparently, this caused some sort of trouble for the hotel, and so they refused to let her stay starting the day after that. Not only did the internet find out where she was staying, but they also found out where she worked, which caused trouble for her office also. And so, her office had her relocated to another office in the countryside. But she refused this location and quit voluntarily, saying that she would no longer be a fabulous city girl when she was relocated to the countryside. After that, she started posting these strange emo poems with pictures of the night sky or nature as the background. But one day, she suddenly stopped posting, probably because she could no longer pay her phone bills. And so I blocked her Instagram as well and decided to put this whole incident in the past where it belonged.